Arsenal fans are probably wondering why they even bothered to tune into today's game as they lost 2-1 to Brighton, their fourth straight loss, Janusz, in all competitions. Now they want to know, Janusz, what went wrong this time?
This time, I think same.
A lot of goes wrong all the other times too.
I think it's the same story: a lack of resilience, lack of leadership on and off the pitch, and then it comes down to the manager. We tiptoe around this fact because we have a lot of respect for him, which he deserves. But that is a problem. These players aren't playing for Arsene Wenger. That is ironic in it of itself, I suppose, because he's given them so many chances that the players don't deserve. Because if you can't hold the manager accountable, it's very, very tough to hold the players accountable. I mean, this isn't a story where if you don't play well, like Jose Mourinho perhaps, or even Conte at times, at halftime you have 2 or 3 chances, or maybe you sit at the end of the bench. When you're losing, it's very, very difficult, and you have this father figure in Arsene Wenger, and I think the players are taking advantage of that, and they have been for a long, long time right now.
All right, here's where things get juicy now. Let's have a look at Arsenal's upcoming fixtures, because after all of this, Wenger still says he believes he can turn things around, but he does admit it's nearly impossible to finish in the top 4. So I'm assuming by saying turning things around, he means winning the Europa League to get back into the Champions League, Janusz. Here are their upcoming fixtures. What do you see happening?
No, I mean, in terms of Premier League, that's way too much. Players have goals. I mean, once they're gone, they play like that. And speaking of the, that one bright light, which is, of course, the Europa League. Now, 2 similar clubs, right? You look at Milan, big clubs.
They know their hardships, too.
The hardships, right? But, well, first of all, Milan, to a degree, you understand it. With Arsenal, they have no reason for that because that's a big club that has everything. They have money. They have everything possible. They just don't have a good leader. And this is where I would worry about Arsenal a little bit, because look at Gattuso, right? Most likely not as good a coach as manager, or at least a lot less experience as well. But that leadership, the players that will buy into his message, 13 games unbeaten right now. And it's, to some degree, maybe just rah-rah from, from on the Gattuso side. So we'll see if that happens. But I just have a feeling that there's a renewal at Milan where at Arsenal, I think players know that this season is gone, and they are waving white flags.
Well, tough times at Arsenal indeed. Nothing new if you have been watching them for the past how many years now, but something tells me that this time something's got to give.